Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Riverview, where this fella's going the wrong way. Straight away I've just noticed this guy's supposed to be going to field 38, aren't you? So you want to actually turn around. You finished spraying field 36 and fertilising field 36, so off you go to field 38 please and do that one. Those are the contracts that we had at the end of the last video. We got fertilising on field 38, fertilising field 34, and we're in the middle of doing a couple of harvest contracts as well. Now this guy should just drive straight into the field for me and unfold and start working, which will be pretty useful. There has been a courseplay update since the last video, which I've downloaded and installed. You will notice now on the minimap, which you can't see because my webcam's in the way, my face cam's in the way, but on the minimap there is now it shows you the courseplay course on the minimap, just in case you need to see the courseplay course on the minimap. So yeah, he's going to go off do the spraying on field 38. He's only got 25% fertilizer left, so we will have to refill him as we go past the store before we get to field 44. Meanwhile, elsewhere on the farm, obviously we finished mowing grass a couple of episodes ago. What we're going to do now, we're going to quickly switch tools. I'm going to do the rolling. Because obviously we need to get rolling. I also need to get field 7 and 8 over there reseeded with another crop. Where did I park my rollers? My roller isn't here. So yes, whilst the guys are out there doing their all their fancy harvesting and stuff, we will go down and check on the harvester in a little bit. We might even go down there and do some straw collecting, actually. We'll have to decide on that bit. We might do that a little bit later. First waypoint, off you go. I've got a sneaky suspicion though that that roller is smaller than the mower. So I imagine he's going to miss little strips all over this field. But if he does, he does. Right, what is that? That is our 8 series. You know what? We're going to use that to do our seeding. Also, because it's been a couple of days since I played on this map, and I've played any farm sim actually. Oh, my super duper windrower of power. Forgot about that. 97% still. Right, they're not fermented yet, my silage bank. Right, right, we'll take out. Ooh, we're getting a little bit low on stuff and things. Right, what do we want? What do we want to grow? bearing in mind that this obviously field is quite big. Some barley, perhaps? What have we got planted on the rest of our fields? Oh, we've got barley on field 19, actually. Trouble is we can't really plant a lot. We're going to be struggling a little bit. You know what? Let's stick with the plan. I'm going to do barley. Unfortunately, we have not mulched. That, unfortunately, is just one of them processes that Delores does not have time for on this map. So we're just going to dive straight in. And do what we do. PC's making a lot of noise today. It sounds like one of the fans is a little bit out of balance. It's rattling a little bit. You probably can't hear that in the video, but I can hear it, and it's annoying me. If the PC will kick in a minute. No, I won't, because I'm wearing sandals and I'll end up breaking my toes. No, I will not kick the PC. I might just give it a little lift and drop, see if it re-centers itself, rebalances itself. It's weird that. I don't understand quite how fans on my PC run out of balance, because they're all those fancy Corsair magnetic fans, maglev fans. They don't actually have like a proper like bearing. They have like magnets, so they're supposed to be frictionless for a start, and then they're not supposed to really have that problem like with normal bearings, where the bearings start to go and you start to get a wobble and it starts to make noise. You shouldn't get that on maglev fans. I don't know why that is, unless it's the the fans in the GPU, of course. Could well be the GPU fans making a noise. In which case I'll just have to give the GPU a bit of a tap. Because obviously my 2080 Ti has 3 fans. Speaking of GPUs, I'm very, very, very sad this week with the news that the news that's broke over the last couple of days that EVGA will not be producing graphics cards going forward. Now, EVGA have been my go-to for graphics cards for the last 18 years. Yeah, 18 years I've been using EVGA graphics cards in my PCs. And they've announced this past week that they're ending their partnership with Nvidia and will not be producing graphics cards. The 30 series will be the last graphics cards they produce, and when stocks have gone, they're gone. So that's really sad news, because EVGA, in my view, make the best graphics cards on the market, the most reliable, and offer the best customer support as well, in case you know, if you ever did have any issues. So I'm really sad about that. I don't know, obviously when I come to, you know, buy my next PC, do my next PC upgrade and get my next system, which will probably be next year, I have no idea who I'm going to go for now for a graphics card, because EVGA won't be making them. They won't be making the new 40 series from Nvidia, which I assume Nvidia are going to unveil tomorrow on the 20th of September in their big press conference thing that they've got scheduled. Nvidia are going to be doing a show tomorrow where I assume they're going to be unveiling their new 40 series graphics cards. But yeah, EVGA won't be making any. Quite sad, really. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know I've been looking online at the moment, and there's quite a few websites that have 30 series graphics cards in stock. 3090s and stuff, and the prices are not that bad. I saw EVGA 3090 graphics card, I think on scan here in the UK, for 1,200. And I was like, tempted to buy one just to put in the cupboard, put to one side, so that when I buy my new PC next year, I could put the graphics card in it. Obviously, I won't be able to put a 3090 in my current PC because then, you know, the power supply and everything is no good for a 3090 or a 30 series. And also, my 8700K processor would be a bit of a bottleneck for a 3090. I would need to upgrade quite a bit, processor-wise, on my new PC, be able to run and support and really make use of 3090. But yeah, it's tempting to like almost buy a graphics card now. I know people say, well, you're buying a 30 series, there's going to be the 40 series coming out, but yeah, I don't mind being a little bit behind, because again, I don't play the sorts of games that really, you know, massively benefit from having that kind. You know, I don't play the action, you know, FPS stuff and all that sort of thing. Those types of games that require really insane mega graphics and stuff. You know, I play Farm Sim. Farm Sim runs on a potato, you know. You know, ultimately at the end of the day, any graphics card update I get is more to benefit me in my video rendering and cut down my encoding times and rendering times than it is actually going to make any difference to my gaming, my gameplay. So, you know, me rocking a 30 series in a new PC wouldn't be a bad thing. Like I said, if I get a 3090, you know, a 3090 is the beast of the beast. You know, it's the top of the top. No, we're not going to have, you know, that's not going to get out of date very quickly. No, that's going to be current for a lot of years, you know, with 24 gig of RAM, VRAM, and, you know, all that 3090 processing power and cores and stuff. No, it's not going to run out. Right, one of the AI workers has completed their task. That's probably the fertiliser sprayer man. So what we'll do... This field's not exactly square. Oh dear, you haven't done what I wanted you to do, pal. In fact, you've not done what I wanted you to do at all. Which was, So I guess in the combine, over here, on field 32, has been sat waiting to unload for ages because my trailer's been stuck. See, that never would have happened on the old map. Since Cavalier Roy's added the collisions to stuff, it's kind of messed up my auto drive routes quite a bit. Right, this fella has finished. So what we'll do is we'll collect the payment. Because that 16 grand's going to come in very useful. And I'm going to go get some fertiliser, liquid fertiliser from the store. And then we'll set about doing field 44. So we've got a couple of harvesting contracts. Fortunately, that guy's been stuck for so long, he's not actually managed to do what we kind of wanted and needed him to do. There's our dairy, which is nicely producing some products for us already. Obviously, we need to get some more milk and stuff transferred down at some point. We've also got all the manure and that to think about getting rid of as well soon. Right. We want some pallets of liquid fertilizer. And 2,000, 4,000, 6,000. I'll only take 8,000. I don't want too much. Because, you know, it is what it is. Fill up the front first, and then fill up the rear. We're not going to need that much, so no point overloading it. I don't think there's any massive cultivating contracts. We talked about that before. We're not doing those. Harvesting, but we're already doing 2 harvestings, so we don't need to worry about that. There's all the baling contracts, but I'm not really fancying any of those at the minute. Field 44 is this big lovely one here. Now, one of the things I did do off camera on this field had a planting contract for I think it was potatoes. I'm sure it was potatoes, because that's what's always grown on this field, isn't it? Is potatoes. And I didn't want to do that. I also didn't want this field to grow potatoes again and harvest potatoes again. So I used the Easy Devs mod to plant this field with canola instead, and then obviously it's generated the fertilising contract I'm doing now, and hopefully down the road we'll get a harvesting contract for canola on this field, which will be nicer to do than potatoes. This field sucks a little bit for doing potatoes on. Really, it's a little bit awkward with the potato harvester getting around this field, especially down this edge over here. Again, the annoying thing about it is the trees aren't really on this field. They're actually on the other side of the land, but hey ho, it is what it is. Now, it is Monday today, Monday the 19th of September, which is obviously going to be a very well-known date for people, because it is, sadly, as I'm recording this, the day of the Queen's funeral. I haven't bothered watching any of it, and nor do I intend to, because I'm not a morbid person who gets fascinated by watching and staring at coffins, like all these other sycophants all over the world, who have been obsessed with a box for the last, like, week. So I'm not getting involved in any of that funeral stuff. So not interested in any of that. Obviously next week we get Pumps and Hoses coming out, Farm Sim, and there's probably going to be an update for the game. which I will probably cover in a separate standalone video, because I have switched my recording process up a little bit. You may have noticed the videos are releasing twice weekly now for each series that I'm doing. So I'm only currently releasing 4 farm sim videos a week. We've dropped down from 6 to 4 videos, so that gives people a time to watch all 4 videos on the channel without missing any episodes, because they've got more time to obviously watch them. They've got more days. There will be now some extra, like, special one-off videos, like if I cover a patch update type deal. If I cover like a patch update thing, then that'll be, you know, its own separate video now, rather than me trying to cram it into a Let's Play episode. I'm going to be doing some other videos on the channel. I'm going to be doing some construction simulator videos. I'm going to do some videos on that when that game releases to me tomorrow. There's already some YouTubers and streamers who have been given the game and have been releasing videos over the last couple of days, which is kind of annoying. Because obviously it means the first few videos I'm going to do is going to be retreading like the tutorial and all that sort of stuff of the game. But hopefully, once we get into the game, I'll be able to put my own unique little spin and twist on it and take things off in my own sort of direction, and you know, the game will be pretty good. We also plan to do some multiplayer of that game with Mr. Helgi. And hopefully we will I'll get some videos recorded with him. I don't know whether I'll be joining his game or he'll be joining my game. Not even thought about that process yet. Not even sort of... I'd have to see what the multiplayer's like, first of all. I've not played Construction Sim before. I've not played any version of it. I might have played a version on my PS4 many years ago. But that's about as much as I've done with that sort of game. But we'll see. But like I say, it might be a case that I join his game and play his game. That way then, if I'm doing Let's Plays, Let's Play episodes and stuff, it's not going to be... My Let's Play's not going to be affected by the multiplayer. You know, I'm going to be... Each episode's going to be able to start and pick up wherever I leave it, kind of thing. The Let's Plays will be a, you know, a continuation of the same story, whereas obviously multiplayer is just going to be a bit sporadic and a bit random. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, that guy, I'm going to let that guy carry on doing some fertilising. He has finished rolling. Thank you. And he's not actually done that bad. He's not actually missed as many spots as I thought he'd have missed. In fact, he's actually done a fairly decent job, actually. Complete that course. Spot on. My seeder is still seeding over there. We're doing a pretty decent job, but we're getting things done. Oh. No, you do not live in there. You live in here. Tell you one thing I have missed in Farm Sim 22. There was a mod, I think, for FS17 and also in FS19 that when you were reversing any tools or equipment, you could press a button on the keyboard and it would make the steering just easier. the things wouldn't turn and jackknife quite so much. Was it Trailer Helper or something like that it was called? It was a really good mod, and it just made reversing a lot of trailers and equipment so much, well, easier. So much better. How are my animals doing? Because they've all been fed quite well. They've all got a lot of straw. Tell you what we ought to do. We're in the business of looking at things. Best price for eggs is currently at the sell everything. Right. Tell you what, let's have a look at productions, because what have we got? What do we own? We own 2 dairies. And that's it. 2 dairies and the grain mill. Right. We don't own a bakery, so I'm not going to worry about that. I've got some flour. Currently. Sitting in my grain mill. Might sell that. Might sell that. Right, I'm going to move them pallets then. So what do I need to do? I need... to change it to Euro pallets, I think, is the loading time. I just wish, I kind of wish that the auto-load trailers would just be smart enough that they would just recognise what's next to them, detect what's next to them, and just pick it up, just load it, rather than me have to. It'd be great to be able to pick up different products, wouldn't it? Be able to pick up different items. There we go. Selling the eggs. Eggs have been sold. 11 grand. Selling eggs. Need to go and check on, obviously, the harvester in a second. But in the meantime, there's our cedar. It just needs to go back and finish off a little bit. Which is what I'll do. Then we're nearly out of seed, so we're going to have to go visit the shop again soon. Some more supplies. Right, that's done. I'm going to guess it will be wanting rolling, but we don't do rolling, so... yeah, that's not going to get rolled anytime soon. Well, we won't worry about that. I know I'm basically sacrificing yield by not rolling, but like I say, it wasn't ever the intention for Delores to have fields and be doing farming. We've kind of been dragged down that road. Is this fella just having a giraffe? He's not actually done any unloading. Whole episode has been a complete waste of time. 30 minutes and he's not done one unload. Oh, he can't unload because the harvester's got an issue. It's because we're on a slope. We are on a slope, ladies and gents, and the harvester does not like slopes. Waits for the harvester to get cancelled now, because it doesn't like slopes. Wow, half an hour it's taken. Right, before I hand back over Mr. Horseplay, let me just harvest these little bits that you so rudely failed to harvest. Move. Get him out of the way. Where are you going? Stop. You stay there. Right, he's finished. No, he has. Has he? Has he finished? I need that turned off, don't I? He's not finished. He'll soon be finished. Right. Field 14 is going to want mowing next, by the looks of it. That's going to be a job, as well will be 18 and 20. I'm hoping at some point we get to harvest 17. That feels like that's been growing for ages now. Got 9 and 10. Got a few little fields. But anyway, we'll bring this guy back to the farm. Tell you what we'll do. Turn off the needs rolling, because I can't see what needs doing on my fields with needs rolling. Quite a lot of fertilising, apparently. I haven't been paying attention to the fertilising. We're going to need to do that. Contract on field 44 is complete. That's all the fertilising gizmos done. Right. Hmm. No course loaded. We'd already cleared the course. So let's get paid. Um, and we'll worry about contracts and things another time. Tell you what we'll do. We won't drive all that way because I want to be heading that way. So instead, now I'm pretty certain I can't do fertilising of a field straight after seeding it when I've direct seeded it, drilled it with a seeder with fertiliser in it. I don't think the fertiliser is going to register, which means I need to wait a couple of days. I'm going to need to wait a couple of days before I can fertilise this field. Plus, we've got weeds. We will have weeds growing. Is it almost worth me while? I say this. As he's looking for the weeders section. Is it almost worth my while getting a weeder? $46 grand. We'll buy one. We'll go get a weeder. We'll do some weeding. We can do that in the next episode then, folks. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is, sadly, the end of today's episode. So thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you in the next episode. Hopefully not too far away, down the road. And, yeah, I'll see you then. Goodbye, everybody.